afternoon. Here is the news at noon. First, the highlights. Lagos State Government launches 2026-2028 medium-term sector strategy rollover exercise. Nigerian Correctional Service refutes report on substandard feeding conditions in custodial centers nationwide. And the foreign nationalist George Simeon wins first round of Romanian election rerun. And in sports, Team Nigeria wraps up African Senior Wrestling Championship with 10 gold medals. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Government has officially launched its annual medium-term sector strategy MTSS rollover exercise for the 2026-2028 planning cycle, reaffirming its commitment to sustainable development and effective governance. Speaking at the opening session of the workshop, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget, Olayinka Ojo, emphasized the importance of the MTSS as a cornerstone in the state's planning framework. Ojo stated that the strategy is to ensure that all projects and programs initiated by ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, are not only well prioritized and realistically cost, but also with the Lagos State Development Plan LSDP 2052. The rollover session, which gathered economic planning officers and statistical officers from various MDAs and development partners, aims to critically assess ongoing and proposed initiatives for their transformational impact, alignment with sectoral strategies and responsiveness to current fiscal realities. The event also underscored the need for flexibility and innovation in government planning amid global uncertainties. Officials called for future-proof and sustainable programs capable of delivering measurable benefits to Lagos residents. The Lagos State Government, through the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, LSADA, has emphasized the need to embrace technology-driven agricultural processes to enhance and sustain food security across the state. This call was made during the 2025 pre-season training organized for agricultural extension agents, enumerators, and representatives of farmers groups. The training themed AI-powered urban agriculture in Lagos State, enhancing agricultural extension services for increased food production, aims to equip participants with innovative strategies for the upcoming farming season. Declaring the training open, Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, said the program was designed to build the capacity of field officers on the objectives and methodologies of management training plots, demonstration farms, and on-farm adaptive research planned for the year. Acknowledging the critical role of extension officers in the agricultural value chain, Olusoya advocated for improved welfare packages for them and encouraged wider use of social media to showcase their activities and successes. In his remarks, Special Advisor to the Governor on Agriculture and Food Systems, Oluwarotimi Fashola, described the gathering as an opportunity to reinforce the backbone of Lagos State agricultural sector, its farmers and extension officers. In his welcome address, the project manager of El Sada, Aileru Alade, who was represented by Director of Rural Institution Development, Adenike Toju, highlighted the importance of the annual training as a platform to prepare stakeholders for the new farming season. Alade also acknowledged the continued support of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for providing strategic policy direction that has consistently propelled farmer-centered initiatives across the state. The Raw Materials Research and Development Council, RMRDC, and Defense Headquarters are seeking partnership to strengthen food security and promote sustainable growth. This collaboration, which focuses on research, capacity building, and agricultural innovation, was announced during a visit by a delegation from Defense Headquarters to RMRDC in Abuja. The delegation, led by Brigadier General David Kumi and Brigadier General Mohammed Lawan, on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, noted the military's interest in partnering RMRDC to enhance productivity and efficiency of its farm projects. This aligns with the Armed Forces strategy of leveraging agricultural development to aid national security and logistics needed. Welcoming the delegation, RMRDC's Director General Martins Ike Monsu described the collaboration as a significant milestone and emphasized the Council's mandate to develop and promote local raw materials for industrial and economic growth. Ike Monsu noted that the Farmers Project is a model for innovative agriculture and raw materials production, saying its alignment with the armed forces could be pivotal in ensuring food security in the military. The strategic partnership is expected to be formalized with the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) to accelerate innovations in agricultural production, enhance the military supply chains, and reinforce Nigeria's broader food security architecture. And over to the rest of the stories. The Nigerian Correctional Service (NCORS) has refuted media reports alleging substandard feeding conditions in custodial centers across the country, describing the claims as false, misleading, and a gross misrepresentation of the realities within its facilities. The service, through Deputy Controller of Corrections Umar Abubakar, clarified that inmate feeding is conducted in line with the Nigerian Correctional Service Act 2019. It noted that the allegations were not new and had previously been addressed during a television appearance. Addressing concerns about the adequacy of meals, the service affirmed that all food served in correctional facilities met established health standards. The NCORS urged the public and media to verify information before dissemination and avoid sensationalism that undermines the hard work of its personnel as well as the integrity of the service. The Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) has warned the public regarding the activities of fraudsters offering non-existent postgraduate scholarships to unsuspecting victims. The Director of Corporate Affairs at the NDDC, Seledi Thompson Wakama, issued the warning in a statement released in Port Harcourt. She said the scammers had been soliciting money from members of the public under the pretext of securing scholarship placement. Thompson Wakama clarified that all official communication concerning the Commission's scholarship program is conducted exclusively through the official NDDC portal, www.scholarship.nddc.gov.ng. She urged anyone who receives such fraudulent emails to report them immediately to the appropriate law enforcement authorities for prompt investigation and action, while encouraging Nigerians interested in the NDDC's programs to utilize only the official NDDC communication channels. And in some foreign news, a right-wing nationalist candidate, George Simeon, who is against providing military support for Ukraine and is skeptical about the EU, has won a resounding victory in the first round of the presidential election in Romania. Simeon came first with 40.96% of the vote and will go into the runoff on May 18 as a clear favorite against the Liberal mayor of Bucharest. 6 months ago, the presidential election in Romania ended in scandal and confusion. It was won by a radical outsider with mystical leanings, Călin Georgescu, but the result was annulled over allegations of campaign fraud and Russian interference. And in sports news, Team Nigeria's contingent to the 2025 Africa Senior Wrestling Championships in Casablanca, Morocco, maintained its status as one of the leading wrestling nations, with a total 10 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals to wrap up the tournament in a dominant and fashionable style. Multiple African champion Mercy Genesis started from where her teammates left off in day one with a superiority display of 11-0 over Algerian Chema Chebila to secure gold in the 50 kilogram category for Nigeria, while Adijat Idris in the 55 kilogram outsmarted another Algerian, Chok Tekou, to add to the gold sweep in women's freestyle. In the same vein, Jumoke Adekoya defeated her North African counterpart Rahama Bediwi of Egypt to lift yet another gold for Nigeria in the 59 kilogram, while Ebi Pateri Mugen Bofa in the 65 kilogram got the better of South Africa. Caraplessis 8-2. In the 72 kilogram, Ebi Biogos seasoned the gold sweep when she outperformed Rosie Tabora of Democratic Republic of Congo 12-5 to make it 9 gold out of 10 events. Nigeria competed 4 in women's freestyle after Mercy Adikurui was ruled out of the championship due to illness. Meanwhile, in the 65 kilogram men's freestyle, Stephen Izolo defied all odds to beat Farouk Jelassi of Tunisia 5-1 to win Nigeria's first gold in the men's event and also become first Nigerian male in 4 years to win the African Championship. That was our news at 12. Just before we go, make sure your mirrors are intact. Always use them to stay aware of happenings as you drive. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. I can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 1,050 rural women received intensive training in boosting output in agricultural production, and the beneficiaries were given equal access to markets? Well, you can get more details on the Legacy Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Legacy Government has officially launched its annual medium-term sector strategy rollover exercise for the 2026-2028 planning cycle, reaffirming its commitment to sustainable development and effective governance. The Nigerian Correctional Service NCORS has refuted media reports alleging substandard feeding conditions in custodial centers across the country, describing the claim as false, misleading, and a gross misrepresentation of the realities within its facilities. We also told you that a right-wing nationalist candidate, George Simeon, who is against providing military support for Ukraine and is skeptical about the EU, has won a resounding victory in the first round of the presidential election in Romania. In sports, Team Nigeria contingent to the 2025 African Senior Wrestling Championships in Casablanca, Morocco, maintained its status as one of the leading wrestling nations with a total 10 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals to wrap up the tournament in a dominant and fashionable style. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Have a lovely afternoon.